Hello, everyone. I want to take a few minutes on talk about the testing conditions and also how to take a test in ALEKS using the Respondus Lockdown Browser and Monitor. So the first thing you want to do is go through these modules. And when you get to the particular content module for reviewing for the particular test, so this example is test number 3 for Math 1314, but it's the same for everyone. Two things you want to do here. First of all, you want to download the review for that test and watch the video as I go through and explain how to do the problems on the review. You also want to look at this formula sheet because this formula sheet will be provided as part of question number 1 on the test. So like if I'm in this particular class, I don't need to write down the quadratic formula on my cheat sheet because I got to have it here. It's going to be part of question number 1 on the test, which does not count for a grade. I don't need to write down the vertex formula. I don't need to write down the property of logarithms because I'm going to have that as my part of my question number 1. I can always go back to that question number 1 on the test to get that formula sheet. So that will save you some real estate on your cheat sheet. And then we're just going to move into the next one. And this talks about reviewing here. And then you want to make sure that you go ahead and do the ALEKS assignment. In fact, make sure you've done all the homework. You understand the work that you studied for the test. And I'm just going to exit out here because we don't need to go in the homework right now. But make sure you've done that. Make sure you've prepared your cheat sheet. Make sure you're ready when you go and take the test. So on next review, the testing conditions. So video I'm recording now, I'm going to update here. So the first thing you want to remember, there's only one attempt is allowed. So you want to check to make sure Respondus Lockdown Browser and WCAM are working by going back to Respondus Readiness Practice Test in ALEKS that we did during the orientation week. And you can click a link right here, and that's going to allow you to access it directly. And remember, the password was ready for that. There are no second attempts to take the actual test for whatever reason. Also, make sure you're dressed appropriately. I'm going to have to review these videos. Please dress appropriately. Make sure there's no loud sounds or noises, no other people, no animals around that would interrupt, and your computer and Wi-Fi connection are working. I.e., don't take this during a thunderstorm and then the power goes out. Make sure you turn off all cell phones and put them away in another room. I should not see any cell phones out. Make sure when you get to that part of the ID check that you do it, show your photo ID. That's either a student ID from St. Philip's College, from San Antonio College, or one of the other sister Alamo colleges. Or you can show a government issue ID such as a driver's license, if you have a military ID that has a picture on it, or even a passport. You need to do the environmental scan each time. If you got a laptop, just move it around, take a 360-degree scan of your environment. If you have a desktop, then you're going to need to use a mirror and just use the mirror to show your environment. Also remember, you need to show your calculator, and I recommend doing this when you first start the test. Just put your calculator up to the camera, make sure it's clear and easy to see. It should match the calculator you said you were going to use back in the technology quiz and explanation during the orientation. You must show your page of notes. Front needs to be handwritten notes, backside must be blank. And then just make sure you stay within the frame of your cam. If you have the ability, go ahead and have the recording up in one of the top corners so you can just make sure you stay within the frame all the time. If you drift off for more than a few seconds, your test will not be recorded. It will be changed to 0. And of course, failure to comply with all these instructions will result in test grade being changed to 0. On your class, there should be a grading rubric on how the partial credit's going to be assigned, and that'll be assigned within 2 business days after the due date for the test. And then I include a link to a practice test. So it's either going to be linked to whatever platform we're using. In this case, it would be ALEKS for this course. And so you can practice. It's done without the webcam, but you can get kind of an idea and feel how the test will work. Now, when we click on next here, it's going to take you in the testing conditions acknowledgement. Now, I'm going in on the instructor side. So just give me a minute to get in here. And I'm just going to click on preview. So we can preview it. So when you do it, you're going to automatically launch this page. And depending on the course, this is your 9 or 10 questions. And you notice these are virtually all the same conditions that we just read off. So you're going to read through them. You're going to click I have read and understood the condition above. And then I confirm that I agree to the condition above. Click continue. Next one is the second condition. So again, read through it, check off both checkboxes and just keep continuing. And you're going to keep through all these. Now you must have 100%. So you must read through and you must click on both of these for all the questions. When you're done, and you don't see it here because I'm in preview mode, you'll have a submit assignment button. You click on submit. Again, you must have 100 on this testing conditions for the test acknowledgement before the test and Alex will be unlocked. So you just click on submit. And I'm just going to go exit out. So don't do what I did. You'd want to click on submit whenever you're doing a quiz or test. And let me get back here. So this next page here just talks about the actual test. And again, let's go ahead and when you click on the next one, that will launch the test. Notice the password's right in the title for grade. Now, again, it's going to take me into the instructor mode. So I'm going to do a preview here. So let me click on preview. Now, when you launch it, it's going to look a little different because I'm in preview mode. You're going to have to click down here to launch the lockdown browser. And once you get that launched, it's going to prompt you for a password. And you can see the password's for grade. You would enter that in. And then notice here, it's going to take you to the first question. Now, in order to be able to see the formula sheet, I had to break it into two parts. So this is the top half of the formula sheet, and this is the bottom half. This problem does not count for A. You'll just enter in a 1. So just put a 1 here and a 1 down here. And then you would just click on continue and go on to the next question. Go through and work through the questions. Again, depending on the test, you'll have anywhere from 90 minutes to an hour and 50 minutes, or it's 110 minutes, depending on the test. So you can check that back on the sheet. Once you're done working through all the questions, again, you'll have a submit assignment. Make sure you click on that submit assignment. Otherwise, it will not get recorded and you will lose your attempt. So you make sure you do that. Now, keep in mind that if you're doing the test and if something does happen, if you unexpectedly get interrupted, just say something into the camera at the time, explain what's going on, get back the test as soon as you can, and then send me an email after you're done the test, once you're done submitting the test. So just do that, please. You do have plenty of time on the test, so take your time. Make sure you develop your cheat sheet that's well organized, that can really help you on the test. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any additional questions about the testing environment. Otherwise, good luck on the test.